Okay, so this quest says, speak to Manara's acolytes inside the tower above Ratchet and choose one of their paths to follow. Afterwards, bring an infernal orb to Tabitha in Duswallow Marsh. So we have 3 acolytes here, and I'm assuming if I talk to them... There we go. The Fellhound, a vicious creature indeed. It is not as physically strong as an infernal, but a wise warlock knows that brute force is not always the answer. If it was, you would have chosen the path of a warrior instead, wouldn't you? The Fellhound draws upon its mana of its foe, using that and its quickness to overcome enemies. Its strength comes from the arcane and using that arcane power for its own ends. If you wish to know more about infernals, then you should speak to Magos across from me. Does this guy also have something for us then? No. Okay, so just these 2.
The Infernal is one of the most powerful demons a warlock could hope to have at his side in battle. The creature is strong, well armored, and delivers devastating blows upon any foe. If you were to choose to put the spirit of an Infernal into your weapon, you would gain some of those benefits. Greater health and regeneration and the like. If you wish to know more about Fellhounds, then you should speak to Witula across from me.
Wait, hold on. Put it into your weapon? I thought we were gonna get like an additional summon or something, but is this like a weapon modification system? So, is it gonna be a permanent choice? Because I'm getting the idea that I can only choose one of them, and that makes me really want to think about this decision here. The Infernal sounds really cool. I'm kind of imagining like the Infernals that we saw in the Coven area in Desolace, which look really cool, and I remember them from Warcraft 3 a lot as well, so I'm going to pick the Shard of an Infernal.
So you have chosen to capture the soul of an Infernal. Good. Take this emerald. With it, you will be able to capture the creature's soul. It works very similar to spells you already know. When the creature is close to dying, use the gem, and it should do the rest of the work for you. I would suggest going to Desolace and trying your hand at any of the Infernals there. Those should do nicely. After you're successful, take both the captured spirit and your emerald to Manara.
So take the Infus Emerald, wouldn't it be like Infuse Emerald, and use it on one of the Infernals found in Desolace. After successful... Is that really the sentence? Bring the Infuse Emerald and the imprisoned Infernal Spirit back to Manara Voidrender in the Barrens. Alright, I can do that. So, we have a lot of things here. So I guess I will go do Shard of the Infernal, because I do want to remove these 2 quests from my list, so, you know, things are a bit cleaner again. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Desolace, and we'll see from there. Wait, can I also accept the other quest still? Because it's still on the...
The Fellhound, a vicious creature indeed.
No, okay, I can't. Alright, well that was super simple. That was the Shard of an Infernal. Good. And we also need an Infernal Orb, which might drop from these as well. Alright, there we go. We helped another person also get his quest on. He was like level 32, so, you know, obviously the mobs were a bit more difficult for him. But we helped him out, you know. I gotta repay the favor. And... oh, one really cool little story that I need to tell you guys. So, remember when I first joined this guild? I was doing the prerequisite quest for the stockades in the wetlands, where we had to kill these... like irons, like dark iron dwarfs or something. And we had to kill these demolitionists, I think they were called. And we had to kill this boss, who was also immune to shadow damage. So that was a really, really difficult thing for me to do. There was actually a level 50 who helped me out back then, who was a part of the Breeze Guild, which I then ended up joining. A couple days ago, someone in my guild chat said, hey, can someone help me out with this quest? I was level 50, and I was like, okay, I need to repay the favor now. Like, I had been helped by a guildie with that specific quest, so I actually went there, flew all the way across the world to help this guy out, got him his quest, and, you know, I repaid the favor, which, you know, felt really good, you know. It felt great to do the same thing for someone else that someone else did for me. And I can only hope that people keep repaying the favor and we can keep nice communities going. What is this little tree stump thingy with rocks hovering around it, like it's magnetically tied to it, like magically tied to it? Is this some sort of night elven technology? But why is it here? What is it doing? I have no idea. If anyone knows what this thing is, let me know. I'm kind of curious now. So I'm gonna go fly all the way back to Ratchet again so we can hand in the 2 quests. My god, the flight paths in this game, they can be a bit annoying, you know, when you're trying to cover a lot of ground quickly. Like the fact that we're flying all the way down here, like from up here in Desolus, like we're flying through Mulgore all the way down into Theramore Isle, and then we fly back up toward Ratchet. Like, it's such an inefficient path. Obviously it makes sense because it just like follows like certain nodes and like connects them together, but the fact that we can't just fly straight there is like why Blizzard, why? And once again we've made it back to Ratchet, back to Monera Voidrender, and I don't know who we have to talk to. I guess I'll just talk to Monera and see what happens. Yes, you can. So, Shard of an Infernal. Yes, EK, have you chosen Infernal or Fellhound? Each choice is personal and should reflect your strengths and weaknesses. It is not unheard of for a Warlock to enhance themselves further instead of making up in areas they lack. Sometimes overpowering an enemy is just as strong a tactic than becoming a more balanced spellcaster. Alright, so what do we get? Continue.
Ah, the spirit of an infernal. Well done, adventurer. When I have both the spirit and the cleansed orb, I will merge the 2 for you, but not until then.
Okay, complete quest.
Have a good one.
And do we also talk to Acolyte Megas?
The Infernal is one of the most powerful...
No?
The
This one?
Fellhound of
No? This one? No, hold on. Oh, bring an Infernal Orb to Tabitha in Dustwallow Marsh. Oh, oopsie. Okay, well, to Dustwallow we go. My bad. Oh boy, we have to go back to that place. Ah, yes. I remember because we had to go there for Tiara of the Deep as well. We are back. I hope your Tiara is treating you well. I have a different quest today. Tabitha, we have returned.
Your errand must mean much, adventurer, to draw you so deep into the marsh.
It does. It's to cleanse my quest log of many quests. Fragments of the Orb of Orahil.
Safe travels.
And obviously, not being a mage, I wonder if I can trust you at all. I can smell the power of the arcane on you, but you seem to have eluded the stank of corruption that comes so willingly with your kind. Yes, a warlock. A warlock has come to ask for my help. Well, what's it I can do for you, EK?
Oh, so Manara sent you. Fair enough. I suppose you may stay as my guest for the time being. But you must be on some pressing business. Perhaps you're here seeking lost power? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe corruption isn't too far away from you after all.
I am here to be corrupted. Complete quest.
Ah, a summoner's orb. This is where the taint must be coming from. We must exorcise the demon within it if you're to use it. That I can do easily. You're the one who has the hard job. You must kill the demon once I release it, and you'll have to be quick. If you take too long, then he'll return to the orb and we'll have to start over. So get yourself ready, adventurer. Prepare your strongest spells and keep your potions handy. And go get a friend if you have one, because this isn't going to be pretty.
I don't have friends.
Be careful.
And I don't need friends. It is an elite quest, but I am ready, guys. I'm ready. I'm ready to pump. We're gonna take this thing out. I don't have any health stones or anything like that prepared. So should I have prepared those? Probably. Can I still get like a quick drink in? Alright, she ran away. Do I have time to just chill and... I think... Gird yourself, EK, for the demon in this orb is a fell beast. Well, don't worry. I just hope... Oh, Choco might actually not deal damage to this guy. Oh, wait. That's just a normal demon. Okay, here we go. Wait, sound effects disabled? Okay, that's a combination I wasn't aware of. Let's see if we can take this guy out. Easy peasy, right? Use that. Use that. Make sure we get all the dots. Very comfortable. Yeah, this is easy peasy. No problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever. Actually, yeah, this is actually really easy. I didn't even use my empowered curse. Alright, there we go. Demon of the Orb slain. Tabitha, we're back. Alright, cleansing the Orb of NOH'ORAHIL.
Nicely done, adventurer. You gave that demon a lesson he won't soon forget. You've shown great power and skill. Now I suppose it's time you return to Manara with your cleansed orb so you can put it to good use. Good luck, adventurer. Perhaps our paths will cross again.
Thank you very much.
Take the cleansed orb back to Manara in Ratchet, adventurer. Give her my regards and be safe. I truly hope you're able to withstand the temptation and corruption that is sure to come as you follow your path. Good luck.
Why? Thank you.
Bless
I appreciate it. Back to Manara Voidrender in the Barrens we go. And there we are, back at Manara Voidrender. Guys, this is once again, this is one of those evenings with just lots of traveling back and forth.
What can I do for you?
Have you spoken to either of my acolytes inside the tower yet, EK? I'm pretty sure we read this before. Returning the cleansed orb.
Farewell.
How goes your search for Tabitha and the ORB, EK? Tabitha has been more useful when it comes to matters of the arcane. I'm sure she would have no problem aiding you if you're able to find her. Well, we found her, and we found her before. We knew where she was. And also, well, apparently we are now a questy abuser, so I know where everyone is.
Well done, adventurer. This will do nicely. The only thing left for you to do is to decide on which demon you want me to imprison within the cleansed orb. Do that, and you will have a magnificent new item to wield.
Alright, complete quest.
Be careful.
The completed orb of NOH'ORAHIL.
I will get started immediately on crafting your orb and infusing your new demon into it. When done, you will have the choice of having it in the form of a staff or orb. I always felt it was important to cater to a warlock's chosen weapon. I see no reason not to continue that practice.
Alright, so wait for Manara Voidrender to complete the orb of NOH'ORAHIL and then speak to her again. So we have two options here. And so first, oh, this is a blue as well. So increases damage done by fire. Guys, did I choose the fire spec thing? Like, what's the other one? The dark shadow damage. I forgot the name for a moment. Was the other one shadow damage, and is this one a dark? Like, did I just kind of whiff it? Because it says restores 40 health every 3 seconds for 30 seconds as well if we use it, which I guess is kind of nice to have. Like, that's 400 HP. It's like a small health stone every 30 minutes. Not too bad to have. I guess like a panic button. But increases damage done by fire spells and effects by up to 14 is just useless because we don't use any fire. And we lose 10 shadow spell damage, which we don't want to lose. Now, obviously, we get 5 intellect in return for it. And the active, so maybe it's not terrible. But I don't think we really care too much about the fire spells. So that's unfortunate. And then the staff, well, we don't really want to run staff. Like, I quite like the dual building idea. Maybe I'll change that later. But once again, this one probably isn't even better than our, what was it called? Staff of the Ancient Sleepwalker, I think it was called. The one we were previously using. So I'll just vendor them, I think. Yeah, I'll just pick up the Staff of NOH'ORAHIL and I'll just vendor it. Actually, we get both.
Safe travels.
Never mind, we don't get both. We can choose after this. I was just mistaken randomly, as I often am. Alright, here we go.
It is done, adventurer. Simply tell me which you'd prefer. A staff that would require you to use both hands, or an orb so you may use a dagger or sword as your weapon. Tackling the Infernal was a great feat on your part, and this reward will fit you nicely. I wish you further success in the arts, adventurer.
Like, I reckon if we did the other one and we had the shadow equivalent of the orb, I would have been quite satisfied. So I think I made a bit of a mistake, but fortunately, because, you know, we're kind of overleveled anyway, we'll probably get some better loot in our 50 to 60 progress anyway, so I don't mind it too much. Obviously, it's a bit annoying, but that's the thing you get when you don't, you know, read into everything beforehand. So, yeah, let's just pick up this thing because it has higher sale value. And the good thing is, you know, less quests in our log now, so it has only 5 quests remaining. I do want to do an Imps request at some point, but this one might be a bit difficult because it's Felwood. So, I mean, can't I just buy Felcloth at the auction house? Maybe. And then rumors abound shouldn't be too hard. I don't know where to go for this, really. Like, it's saying One is said to be located here to the north on Kalimdor. And the other one is nestled near the heart of the Eastern Kingdoms. So, if we're looking at the Eastern Kingdoms, and we're looking at the heart of the Eastern Kingdoms, what would the heart of the Eastern Kingdoms be? Well, that's probably Stormwind, right? Like, wouldn't you consider that to be the heart? Probably. And then somewhere to the north, I mean, we were in the Baron, so like it's somewhere to the north, but there's many options. Now, obviously, I can probably just like hover over things, and I could probably find it using Questy. But that's not really in the spirit of this playthrough. So, yeah, I'll probably leave that one for now. I don't know if I want to do more stuff tonight or if I want to head out soon, but yeah, I'll see whether I cut into something else or whether I'm going to be changing appearances again, because it's going to be the next day. Alright, I'm ready to go piss some people off here by saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. So I've spent some time earlier today looking at UI mods, and I really want to find something that I find to be good looking. But I'm looking at these people with like their elf UI presets and stuff, and oh my god, do people have hideous UIs. Like, I think the base UI of this game looks pretty decent. And, you know, I don't think I need to replace it, but, you know, I would like to modernize my game a little bit, which is always fun to do when you're getting deeper into the game, which is the part that I'm reaching right now. But people have, like, all of their skill bars, like, literally, like, plastered, like, in like, the middle of the screen. Okay, it makes sense from an efficiency standpoint. You can play your character, and your skills are closer to your eyes, where, you know, your character is positioned. So it's easier to be playing the hotbar while you're looking. I understand it from a practical point of view. But oh my god, people have like shit all over the screen. And then I'm looking at like world's first races and stuff. And what the hell? Like, people are just completely playing the UI. And once again, efficiency standpoint makes perfect sense. Racing the world's first, it makes sense. But oh my god, does it look bad? And then people, I think, who are more casual, who aren't doing races to like world's first, they're just copying whatever these people are doing, and they make their game look horrible as well. But they don't need the same level of efficiency. Like, I feel like, and you know, this is obviously coming from someone who doesn't have the experience, so I might be completely wrong, and please do correct me if that's the case. But I feel like it's the same thing when people in competitive games, when people are trying to copy stuff, like minuscule stuff that people are doing at the highest possible level of play, and they don't understand why people are doing it. They don't need to be doing it. They should be focusing on other things. But because the pros are doing it, they're doing it too. And I feel like people are doing that in this game with their UI, where I see people with like mods upon mods upon mods upon mods. I'm like, dude, why do you even need like all of this information? Isn't this like way overkill for the average player? And once again, you know, I'm ready to be wrong. I'm ready to be proven wrong. I'm ready to eat my words and say, you know what, you need these mods. But if you need these mods, then isn't that a problem with the initial game design? And I've been looking into other mods as well. Like, I think there's 2 mods I was looking into. One of them is called Deadly Boss Mods, I think it was called, which supposedly is just gonna help you play the boss fights. Like, oh, the boss has a big ability, step to the left now. And I'm like, I don't want that. Like, I want to be looking at the fight. I want to figure out, based on what the developers intent was for the fight, I want to look at what information they are providing me and then act accordingly. And I don't want to have some mod like scanning the fight for me and telling me like, oh, this is the thing you should interrupt. No, I want to look at the boss, see the channel bar pop up, and then be like, oh, I need to interrupt that if I were playing an interrupt spec, or I need to dodge this thing because I know what the animation looks like, or I know what the cast bar looks like, or I know its name, or whatever. But having a mod that tells me that, I don't like that. And then also there's stuff like weak auras, I think it's called, where, you know, like it's tracking like all kinds of statistics, like mods and dots and all those kind of things. I'm like, if people are so desperate for all that information, why hasn't Blizzard taken the time to accommodate for that and just provide the information in the game? Like, wouldn't you expect, if the game is mostly built around raiding and endgame content, wouldn't you expect Blizzard to provide the community with the tools to have the best possible raiding experience and not be dependent on outside resources? Or are they now in a situation where they're like, well, the outside resources are so good and people are so used to those resources that there's no point in making their own when the third-party ones exist, and they are counting on people using those? Like, they're literally designing encounters around the idea that people are using these mods. But that then alienates people who aren't using them, because then they will be on the back foot, which probably is going to be how I am going to be in this game at some point, where, you know, people are using like the deadly boss mods and weak auras and all those kind of things, and they will know things that I won't know because of experience and because of the mods. So like encounters, especially in retail, I'm assuming the high-end encounters will be designed around the usage of these mods. So I will probably have to use them. But yeah, I just wanted to rant about that real quick, because it's one of those things that, I don't know, like, I like talking about game design. I like analyzing choices that are being made, and the mod community in this game seems very extreme. And I like mods when they provide, you know, graphical enhancements, or like, you know, like the bag stuff, you know, those things I like. But when they borderline play the game for me, or they radically change the way I play my game, that's when I question whether I think it's healthy for the game.